The killer struck as Mrs. Heidi Hazell, who was German-born, drove into a shopping centre car park just yards from her home in this quiet suburb of Dortmund. He simply walked up to Mrs. Hazell's car and fired at least 14 high-velocity bullets into it. West German police believe the gunman, who was thought to have been wearing army battle fatigues, had at least one and possibly two accomplices waiting in a dark car nearby to drive him away from the scene. The police think the killer, in a familiar type of British Army uniform, was able to walk right up to Mrs. Hazell as she sat in the Saab in a quiet street. She was apparently manoeuvring the car when he fired, and it rolled backwards into a wall. The army say the gunman, as he fired his Kalashnikov rifle, must clearly have seen in the good street light that his victim was a woman in civilian clothes. Mrs. Hazell's Saab had British registration plates, making it an easy target for the terrorists. This morning, her husband, a staff sergeant who was away on an army exercise last night, was being comforted by friends as a police forensic team continued to search the surrounding area for further clues. Local people have been laying flowers on the spot where Heidi Hazell died. They're both angry and bewildered by her death.
We are talking about Europe. What is this? Europe can never start if it goes on like this, can it?
The army has stepped up security, especially in the married quarters, where soldiers and their families live unguarded among the general population. But the army recognises the fear that this killing has generated among army families.
They have supported their husbands valiantly over many years against this terrorist threat, and I'm sure they will have the strength of character to continue to do so, and they will get all the support that I can give them.
The army is assuring its soldiers and their families that everything possible is being done to protect them. Security is being stepped up, and there's little talk here of rehousing them in guarded barracks. That, it's felt, could be interpreted as a victory for terrorism. Glenn O'Glaser, News at 10, Unamessen, West Germany.